Hi, I hope you're all doing well. In this short talk, I'm going to refer to two of the items you had as reading, and also there's a YouTube video that I want you all to watch that are in this module's modules. So the first one is the reading on how the internet creates global entrepreneurs. And again, I'm going to say a quick thing about that because you can read it. Basically, the concept there is that the internet has opened up doors and access that is just previously unthinkable. And you of course grown up in an internet age, and these things seem quite normal to you. But you can imagine what it was like not all that long ago, when even if you wanted to do a trade transaction, say you wanted to ship soybeans from Brazil to the U.S., what had to go? I mean, you had to go there, had to talk to the people, you had to look at it, you had to figure out, and then you had to come up with the documentation of documenting that transfer, all that sort of thing, and then you had to figure out the financing, it's just a myriad of things. It would take many weeks and months, and then once you left, you really had no idea what was really going on. You don't know for sure that they were pulling the soybeans out of some farm in Mato Grosso and they were bringing it to the ports, or you didn't really know. You had to trust, and then you create a lot of trust things. You use letters of credit, you use local banking sources. You had a person on the ground, but it was completely different. And then of course, as time has gone on, things have become a little more clear. But now with the internet, you can monitor things, you can see things. You can say, I'm going to see a camera of you guys, your whole process, whatever it takes. You can see everything in real time. And what you can really do is have access to markets and payment mechanisms that make almost anyone able to play like a big player. You can do things that big companies do in terms of selling, buying, purchasing, contracts, and receiving income. So, and the other thing, if you look at the YouTube video, which I think is really interesting there, is that, we're going to spend a lot of time looking at country analysis, like what makes a country good for do business, what should I watch out for. But this guy avoids it, because what he's doing is that I don't care what the country's like. I'm selling to them, I'm not buying from them, and all I need to do is get their money. Once they give me their money, I give them the software or the server access that they need, but I'm not taking those risks that you would normally associate with international entrepreneurship or international business. His businesses in the States or his home country, wherever it happens to be, all the mechanical devices, the server, etc., are physically in a place that he can manage, and he's allowing access. So he's got a different, his issues, of course, are the access, the regulatory environment, cybersecurity, all those sorts of things. But he's not taking a financial risk by going overseas, because he's not going to give them what he's selling until they pay him in his currency that he wants. So these things are really fascinating. Obviously, you have to have what people want, which is always the case. But I think that there are a myriad of other ways where the internet has pushed global entrepreneurship and international business in general, and you know them, and we'll talk about them from time to time. But I think in this case, just have a good look at those two things: the reading, which is short, and the video, which is fun, and I think you'll have a pretty good idea on sort of getting the concept of what it could mean for you. Maybe you come up with something that you want to do involving another country, your home country, where you've been, where you like, and you can actually do it because you're not tied to being physically there. And if you can come up with a way where you're not taking so many risks, then it gives you an opportunity that's actually leveraged and only possible through the digital economy and the internet. All right? Okay, well, thanks a lot. I hope that made sense, and talk to you soon.